Alright, I believe we are finally live. I believe. Fourth time's the charm. I know that's not the saying, but I guess it is tonight. That's good enough. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome here today. We have another edition of NASCAR Heat 5 Championship mode on the channel, and boy do we have a good one for you guys here tonight. Martinsville under the lights on NASCAR Heat 5. It is the penultimate race, the final race of the round of 8 of the playoffs. It is going to be a good one here. I can promise you that. We were supposed to get this thing underway at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, but for whatever reason, we had that issue once again where I tried to start the stream and it ended it. It took me 4 times to upload it before it actually stayed uploaded and didn't end the stream as soon as I started it. So I apologize for that again. I can't figure it out. I don't know why it does that. And it's not like my internet's not like fully connected or anything. You know, when I go to start it the first time, like nothing's different from when I try to start it the first time to when I try to start it the final time. But thanks for everybody tuning back in. Darren Dill, Emmett Stewart, XX Games, welcome to the stream. We're about to go into session qualifying for tonight's race. And once we do session qualifying, we will then be racing ourselves here in this one. Like, share, but most importantly, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We do these full race live streams with a realistic broadcast every single day. It is going to be a fun race. I can say that for a fact. We've had some good races at Martinsville this week on Heat 5 already, coming both in the Truck and Xfinity Series, so we'll see what today will bring. Top 24 here in round 1 of qualifying will make it into round number 2. Ryan Blaney will be the first driver to pull out on the racetrack to complete a lap. We'll see. We actually saw a top 10 qualifying effort in the Truck and Xfinity race for the drivers we were using. 10th in the Truck race and 7th in the Xfinity race for the start. So I expect us to qualify pretty well, I'd have to imagine, for the Cup race. We actually won both races too, but we did not lead that many laps in either one of them. It was definitely a battle throughout, that's for sure. A hair reveal. I've done a stream without a hat before. 1 or 2 of them. Just because of where I was at leading up to the stream. 20.309, 21st in qualifying for Ryan Blaney. Ran 2 laps there in round 1. Jimmy Johnson misses the first round of qualifying. Joey Logano misses the first round of qualifying. Qualified 36th. That's pretty huge, but remember Logano already won at Texas along Ryan Blaney, who won at Kansas, so those 2 drivers are already locked into the championship for as it is. Wonder what I look like without the hat, though. I'll probably do some streams without it for right now. See, a lot of the reason is when especially like on work days, I usually wear a hat all day. And on top of that, even if I don't wear a hat when I'm at work, my hair just gets messed up throughout the course of the day, and I don't really like give myself enough time between usually like coming home to set the stuff up for the stream, and I just don't think of like, you know, combing my hair or whatever. So or I just get out of the shower if I do get home early enough, take a shower before I stream on work nights. So that's usually why you see me wear a hat a lot. Exactly, though. Those Packers, they're really good. Ryan Blaney, 17th. I probably should have finished that lap up, but oh well. I don't think it was going to be enough to get a 20-0 to make it on into the 3rd and final round. So Ryan Blaney will qualify 17th for tonight's race with a 20.328 in round 2. And Kyle Busch tops the charts in that 2nd round. So we are about to hop into qualifying here in this one. Ethan, welcome to the stream. Short track racing indeed on a Saturday night nonetheless. Doing pretty good though. Mr. You Bastard, welcome to the stream as well. I didn't see you in the chat there for a second. And thanks again. Congrats to the Green Bay Packers for making it to the NFC Championship game. That is for sure. Looks like we got a couple drivers starting at the rear. Kyle Busch will be on the pole for tonight's race. Ryan Newman will be starting outside pole in second. Matt Kenseth, Martin Truex Jr. will be starting at the rear of the field. Those are the two drivers that have to drop back for the start. Truex is one of his better tracks in recent years. And before we really get started in tonight's race, we'll go through the points scenarios coming into this round of 8 race. So we'll take a look at that again. Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney locked up on wins into the Championship 4. So 2 more drivers will clinch a spot in the Championship 4 tonight of the 6 remaining. Currently sitting above the cutoff line, 15 points ahead, is the driver that has to drop back to the rear of the field for tonight's race, Martin Truex Jr. 7 points above the cutoff line is Denny Hamlin. He is the last driver above coming into tonight's race. Kyle Busch, coming off an engine failure midway through the Texas race, finds himself the first driver below the cutoff line, but he's only 7 points back, so we got a heck of a points battle coming into tonight's race with the Joe Gibbs Racing teammates. All 3 of them are packed right there. 6th in the points coming into tonight, though, is Alex Bowman. He is 30 points out, so mathematically he can point his way in if he gets maybe a little bit of help and a lot of stage points along the way with a possible good finish tonight, but he might have to win. 46 points below the cutoff line is Kevin Harvick. He is also coming in after a DNF in the last race with a blown engine even earlier than when Kyle Busch did, so Harvick didn't even score hardly any stage points. And Christopher Bell, coming off of 2 poor performances coming into this race. Boy, does he need momentum. 2 finishes outside the top 15, including a blown engine at Texas as well in the last race. Bell is 60 points below the cutoff line, so mathematically he cannot point his way in. He has to win tonight's race. So those are the 6 drivers that are left fighting for these final couple spots. It is going to be huge. Give me 1 second, because my dogs are barking downstairs. I need to go shut them up for a second. Oh, jeez. I pressed on pause. Give me 1 quick second and we'll get going here tonight for the race. Alright, I'm back. Sorry for that. I figured I'd take the time to do that before the race starts, because, once the race starts, I usually don't pause it. So, intermission before the race starts. Sorry for that. I don't know what they were barking at. There must have been, something outside that one of them saw in the window or something, because my parents are out right now, so I was thinking maybe they're home, but they're not home, so I don't know what they were barking for. Alright, green flag is about to wave. Kyle Busch will lead the field to the green. He needs points. He's 7 back coming into the night. Starting on the pole is going to be an awesome start. 500 laps as they go 3x3 into turn 1. Keselowski passed about 5 cars in turns 1 and 2 on the inside of the racetrack. Blaney tried to do the same, but he could only pass about 1. That was Chase Elliott. Ross Chastain in the mix after a pretty good qualifying effort for himself as well, especially with Spire Motorsports equipment. And Kyle Busch will lead lap 1, trying to pull away from the field early. Oh boy. Contact there as Blaney's already leaning on Bell. Blaney trying to stick with Bell as much as he can, at least. William Byron up there in second place right now, trying to hold everybody back. Daniel Suarez qualified in the top 10. He's in third right now as well, trying to hold these faster cars perhaps behind them. It's going to be a fun battle to watch between those 6 drivers fighting for those final 2 spots, especially if we get a new winner that is below the cutoff line tonight. Kyle Busch could be that guy. Bubba Wallace already in the top 10. A lot of non-playoff drivers running really well at the beginning of tonight's race, as Blaney will get by Eric Jones off of turns 3 and 4. 130 laps in stage 1, another 130 laps in stage 2. And that will make up the final stage for tonight's race in being 240 laps. I'll tell you what, Ross Chastain looks really, really fast in the beginning of tonight's race. Blaney gets really loose trying to get the power down off of turn 4. Chastain up to 11th. Chase Elliott gets on by in 12th as well. For whatever reason, the Cup cars just like to turn straight to the left on this racetrack off the exit of turn 2 and 4 at random occasions. I'm not sure why. Because the trucks and Xfinity cars don't really do that too much. It's got to be the higher horsepower. We're not even on older tires right now, so definitely going to have to make sure as the tires wear out that would happen less and less. Chase Elliott trying to make a move on Byron, who was in second place there those opening couple laps, as he has quickly faded outside the top 10. Once that first car got to his inside, Byron was no longer able to hold up the pack, and he's still got cars passing to his inside. Blaney gets around to Bowman working on him. I'm sure Cole Custer's going to do the same here. Blaney trying to enter a little bit higher into turns 1 and 2 to try and get the run off. That's going to allow Bowman to get underneath him. But he can't stay underneath. Blaney did get a good drive off, but with Bowman getting to his inside in the center of the corner, he couldn't quite set up Elliott the way he wanted to. It's the risk of trying to run a little bit higher of a line. Brian O'Born, welcome to the stream. Again, championship race at Phoenix will be on Wednesday night for the Cup Series. Monday night, though, we'll start the 3 straight nights of championship NASCAR racing, where we'll go Truck Series racing on Monday night at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. start time for the Xfinity race and the Xfinity Championship on Tuesday, and then 7 p.m. start time for our Wednesday night Cup race to crown our champion here in 2021 on NASCAR Heat 5. Thanks for everybody tuning in, though, here early on tonight. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. You guys know the drill. Kyle Busch has led every lap in the very beginning of tonight's race. Wow, Blaney got really, really tight off of turn 4. The contact with Bowman kind of ricocheting off the wall, then into Bowman. Custer's going to capitalize for position as well. Blaney just could not get around Chase Elliott there. And it costed him not 1 but 2 spots. Gonna try to outbrake Cole Custer. Custer kind of pinched him a little bit. Blaney still working on him now to the inside into 1 and 2. Bowman is a man on a mission here tonight. 30 points below the cutoff line. Started outside the top 10. He's clawed himself up to 11th right now. Again, one of those 6 drivers to keep an eye on here in this one. Johnson, who qualified 25th, is up to 15th. I'm sure he's got some sort of speed in this one as well. Corey LaJoie up to 16th. Great run for him. Remember, he actually had a top 20 in the first Martinsville race early this season in real life with that Go Fast Racing team. Nope, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano are the 2 drivers that are locked into the championship 4. Blaney won at Kansas. Logano won a nail-biter at Texas. Busch can point his way in. He doesn't have to win. But boy, does he need stage points to help along with that, especially if Hamlin and Truex can get through the field. Now, Truex starting at the rear, that's going to hurt because he was only 15 points behind the cutoff line. So him starting at the back of the field here tonight, that could cost him a chance to get stage points in stage 1. It is very tough to pass here at Martinsville. Lap traffic going to be a huge factor throughout the course of the night. Typical short track racing, of course. AJ All Day 23, welcome to the stream. No practice coming into tonight's race. I would have if we were actually racing for something, but between that and trying to get the stream up and running, it took 4 attempts again tonight. Starting about 15 to 20 minutes late. It's already going to be a late night if we get to the end of this race, but hopefully you guys can stay along. I mean, it's not bad, though. It's a Saturday night. I'm sure most of you guys have nothing to do tomorrow, or, you know, not like you have to get up at the crack of dawn to, you know, maybe accomplish anything, anything at all either. Then again, I guess the crack of dawn's like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning now, so maybe you do have to get up that early, but it should be a fun Saturday night, to say the least. We see more Saturday night streams coming up, so I'll be working every Saturday starting next week, so we're not going to be seeing those earlier start times on Saturdays anymore. I think the earliest I could be able to stream would be about 5:30, 6 o'clock. So a lot of Saturday night streams coming up when we do end up racing Saturdays. A lot of lap traffic right now. That really paid a factor in the Truck and Xfinity Series finishes and some of the stages, as well as just the race itself at the end. We saw solid racing in both races all throughout. I'm sure we're going to see the same here at Martinsville today. And boy, Kyle Busch looks really, really fast here tonight. Blaney gets to the inside of Bubba Wallace using Timmy Hill as a pick. Blaney gets by for 12th. Blaney coming off a 5th place finish at Texas, had a pretty good run, actually won a stage in that race as well, but getting some damage in that big accident on the front stretch with about 80 laps to go definitely hindered his progress from that point forward, and he couldn't regain himself back to the lead once that happened, but he was able to rally back to at least get a top 5. There's a lot of late race cautions in that race. I think we had like 4 cautions in the final 29 laps. That really kind of helped him take fresh tires a bunch of times. And with only about a dozen cars or so on the lead lap, even with the damage, he was able to claw back up into the top 5 because of it. Tuesday's your semester finals. Nice. Oh boy. A loose moment there off turn 4. Kyle Busch has put a lot of drivers a lap down right now. Custer and Keselowski side by side for 10th. Blaney might try to take it 3 wide into turn 3, and he does, to the inside. Chastain tries to put the bumper to Joey Logano, who's holding him up right now. Logano already a lap down, qualified 36th tonight. Not sure why he's lacking the speed, especially coming off that win at Texas, but I guess maybe he's got all of his bread in one basket going into Phoenix. Wasn't too worried about what happens here tonight at Martinsville. That could be the case. But good luck to your semester finals, Brian. Logano still only in 34th. Really lacking the speed that the 2 and the 12 have. Chastain wheel hopped it into turns 3 and 4. Blaney to the inside of him now. Bowman's trying to get the outside working. David Reagan's been right in front of him. Now Reagan moves down just enough. That could help Blaney out. Perhaps. But Blaney's stuck behind the 51 on the inside, so that's why he's not able to get around Chastain right now. Low contact. Rub and run action. Now 3 wide goes Blaney. He does outbreak Joey Gase, and he'll clear Alex Bowman for 8th place as well. Just under 5 seconds behind Harvick in 7th. Harvick comes in 46 points below the cutoff line. Likely a must-win situation unless maybe we get some DNFs. Again, we had 3 of our 8 playoff drivers remaining DNF all in the first half of the race as well at Texas. Christopher Bell, Kevin Harvick being 2 of those that put themselves way below the cutoff line. Luckily, Kyle Busch had a really solid day at Kansas, plus he had a decent amount of stage wins and a couple race wins to kind of help him with the playoff point scenario coming in to the postseason, obviously into the round of 8 as well. That's why Kyle's only 7 points below the cutoff line. This is going to be interesting. In high school, all right. I think I read your comment correctly there. XX Games about your Watkins Glen crash on your career mode. That's unfortunate. It happens. Bowman almost got to the inside of Blaney, and he does. Blaney got back in the gas too soon. Once Bowman got to the inside, Blaney couldn't diamond the corner off like he wanted to. And instead of dropping to the bottom, he stays high in 3 and 4. And Keselowski's about to get around him now, as they drag race into turn 1. Now hard on the brakes. Little wheel hop there by Blaney. Bubba Wallace trying to take advantage of it as well. Outside just doesn't quite look like the line, at least in the early going of tonight's race. Usually isn't at Martinsville, but even in the lap traffic, it's not seeming like it's working out that well. Trying to get back after Bubba, at least to get back in the top 10. And he'll clear him cleanly in turns 1 and 2. And then gone already a couple laps down, 40 laps in here tonight. Blaney's even about a half a lap behind Kyle Busch. Oh, there's a block on Wallace down the back straightaway. Bubba got off of turn 2 a lot better than Blaney did. Almost got underneath him. Wallace wheel hopped it then into turn 3, and Blaney beats him back to the gas. For anybody that might have watched the Packers and Rams playoff game tonight, did you guys see the new NASCAR advertisement? I'd seen Daytona 500 advertisements, but they were kind of advertising the season as a whole, or at least the start of the season on Fox, because they were promoting like the Bristol Dirt Race and COTA, those couple races being on Fox, the first Darlington race as well. It was actually kind of funny. It had a couple comedic jabs in there as well too. Good marketing though. Fox is getting off on the right foot with their marketing for NASCAR. Especially during the NFL playoffs, that's the time to really do it. Season's right around the corner. Oh, 4 wide! Austin Dillon, Bobby Carter got in the way of Blaney. Blaney got underneath him, kind of slid up into Austin Dillon, and Bubba Wallace was down on the inside of all of it. And he'll get around Blaney for 10th once again. Heavy lap traffic in front of these guys, now heavier than what it just was. Wallace kind of blocking off Blaney as he gets to the inside of another lap car of Eric Almirola. These guys check up so much behind these slow lap cars at the back of the pack. Big run. Hauff in 38th held up both Bowman and Wallace on the outside. Ryan Blaney takes both the spots. Back to 9th. He's not far behind Keselowski. You can see Boyer up there in 7th. Also in the mix, Blaney hard into turn 3. Hugging the curbing to get around Chris Buescher. Barely clears him off of turn 4. No contact. It was a clean pass, but he barely cleared him. Oh, and Bowman puts the bumper to Blaney. Three wide into turn 3. Keselowski stuck on the top as Bowman and Blaney get around him. Blaney trying to cross back over on Bowman to the inside into turn 1. These guys going back and forth for positions here. And they stay side by side down the back into 3. Blaney outbreaks Stenhouse, so using him as a pick, but now Bowman with a crossover of his own. Back to the inside of Blaney. Blaney with a little side draft down the front stretch, doing whatever he can. Stuck on the outside behind Boyer and Harvick. Trying to squeeze on in there. 4 wide into turn 3. Byron. Little contact with Blaney, but 4 wide at Martinsville. You're kind of guaranteed contact. Newman in the mix in the top 5 as well here. This is insane. Kurt Busch in the mix. And they're 4 wide again going off into turn 3. I don't know how they're not wrecking while they're doing this. Blaney all of a sudden is up to 5th right behind the 4th place car, Newman. They're still 3 wide. 3 by 3 going off into turn 1 on back. Honestly, of all the newer paint schemes that I saw, at least between Bowman, Byron, and Bubba Wallace's, I think they're pretty good. Good paint schemes. I think they're pretty solid. I don't really get overly excited about paint schemes. You know, if a car looks sick, it is nice to look at, but I mean, it's all about on the track stuff as far as if you're going to get my attention or not. Now, you don't want to stick out like a sore thumb because of a bad paint scheme. I get that, but it obviously works better for the sponsors themselves too if they can pull together a good paint scheme, because they have a lot that goes on along with the actual scheme of the car outside of just the team itself too. They got a lot of say in it, honestly. So it's not necessarily always the team's faults of what kind of paint scheme they put together, whether it looks really good or really bad. It's like Christopher Bell's already a lap down up there. He's right in front of Ryan Newman, and he's not in 3rd. Denny Hamlin's the 3rd place car. Daniel Suarez took over the race lead a couple laps ago from fellow Toyota driver Kyle Busch. Suarez off to a great start here tonight. Maybe we can see an upset winner. We've seen a non-playoff driver win a couple times already in the postseason. Talladega, Eric Almirola got the victory, and Matt DiBenedetto won at the Charlotte Roval. And Suarez, Newman look really fast tonight. Kurt Busch was in the top 5. He's still in 6th. Good run for all those guys so far. Ooh, boy. A little bit of a loose moment there. A little wheel hop off the curbing into turn 1 for Blaney. Bell's in 20th place. Again, a must-win situation for Bell tonight to make it to the championship 4. Lap down in 20th is not a good start. And he doesn't look like he's really got the car, and that's just been the story of the round of 8. But for rookie Christopher Bell, what an accomplishment it is just to make it to the round of 8. Getting 2 wins on the season as well. Rookie of the year. It's still a heck of a season for Christopher Bell. Martin Truex Jr. is a lap down as well, 19th. But remember, he had to come from the rear of the field, so this might not be indicative of how his car is, but that's obviously not good. He's only 15 points above the cutoff line coming into tonight's race. Michael Turner, welcome to the stream as well. Saw a couple other new guys on the chat. As soon as I can find you guys again and read your names, or at least your channel / profile name, then I will shout you guys out too. Jonathan Rogers, welcome to the stream. I'm going to shorten and abbreviate it up to SN1, but welcome to the stream as well. You saw the new commercial? Nice. Yeah, it was, I was laughing really hard when they were advertising the Dirt Bristol. And of course they had Ryan Blaney of all guys. I swear, Blaney's like the most underrated funny guy, I think, in the sport today. I don't know if you guys watch his podcast at all, but they go off on like random tangents, and it can be funny. I mean, sometimes it's like just kind of nonsensical in a not humorous way, but like sometimes it is. He's kind of like one of those like I don't know, his sense of humor, like, I can see, like, some people might not find it funny, but others might. But anyway, I had him, like, kneeling down to the dirt Bristol surface, grabbing some dirt, and he had, like, a cowboy hat on. What would have really sold it is if he still had the mustache. If he would have had the mustache on top of that, really tried to act like a true cowboy, that would have been perfect. But anyway, he just kind of, like, grabbed a handful of dirt. He's like, oh, I gotta love Bristol, or something about nothing like good old Bristol dirt or something like that. But if he had the mustache, that would have been a 10 out of 10 performance for Ryan Blaney and his comedy on the commercial. Then you had Kyle Busch in his press conference just leaning over to a side camera saying that I'm only here so I don't get fined. So that was pretty funny too. That's unfortunate. With the ear problems. There's one of my friends, I tried to talk him into bringing his little brother, who's I think like 8 or 9 years old, I think. He might be a little older, give or take. But anyway, into going to like one of the Michigan races a couple years ago because we had an extra ticket, and he ended up bringing his girlfriend at the time instead. And then I think there was like another, but he's got like kind of like a hearing problem too. So he wasn't sure if like he was going to be able to bring him to the racetrack. Might not have been good for him if we did, so we didn't bring him that day. But I mean, I even wear earplugs every race I go to. The only race, there's 2 races I did not wear earplugs at. And one of them I was highly regretful of not doing it because my ears were completely blown out. I couldn't hear a thing like at the end of the night. And that was the Xfinity race at the Brickyard in 2018. Because we were sitting on the front stretch, and there's kind of like, we were sitting high enough up and far enough back to where at Indianapolis on the front straightaway, there's kind of like a roof, like a metal roofing. And so it was just echoing so loud under there. And I didn't have earplugs because we didn't get there soon enough before the Xfinity race to actually go by them. I completely forgot about them. And once it was so loud for that, after those 100 laps, and they ran a doubleheader that day because both races got rained out on the weekend. So for the Brickyard 400, we decided to, in between races, try to find a place that was selling earplugs so we could wear them. That was a big mistake. But then I didn't wear them for the Bristol All-Star race this year, for the All-Star race or the Open. And we were going to buy them, but the line was too long. And we weren't going to make it there in time, back to our seats before the start of the race. I'm like, well, I'm not missing it. And I know it's Thunder Alley. Yes, it was loud, but it wasn't as loud. And I think a lot of it is because there were no more than 20 cars on the track. If it would have been a full 40-car field, it definitely would have been loud. But because they weren't like as spaced apart, and there wasn't as many cars throughout that race, it honestly wasn't as loud. CW2288, welcome to the stream. 14 people watching right now. Thanks for everybody tuning in. 9 people have hit that like button, so make sure you do that. Helps out with the YouTube algorithm of these videos and streams. Hopefully you're enjoying tonight's race. Caution free up to this point. Almost 80 laps into the first stage already at the Martinsville Raceway. The final race of the round of 8. Could we have an upset winner? Daniel Suarez leading a lot of laps now after Kyle Busch led about the first 40 to 50 laps of the race. From the pole, nonetheless, Suarez qualified in the top 5 and been running top 3 most of the night. Busch is racing Hamlin and Truex as far as the points standings go to try and get in. Bowman's kind of in the mix, but he's 30 back. And then Harvick and Bell likely must-win situations. Bowman has been in the top 10 at times. Now we got a car blowing up in smoke. The field stacks up, and into pit road goes Blaney. Everybody was stacking up. He tried to go to the inside, but that drastic move and trying to lock the brakes up going into turn 3 did not work out for him. And Ryan Blaney speeds onto pit road accidentally, trying to avoid what could have been an accident. They did not throw the caution. Truex heavy championship implications here. He's the driver up in smoke, and his championship 4 opportunity might have just gone out the window. And now a 15-second speeding penalty for Blaney. This is going to put him multiple laps down in the early going of tonight's race. So again, a couple factors there. Love the smell of Bristol and dirt. Okay, that's what it was. Yes, that was hilarious. Yeah, I couldn't remember exactly what it was, but... Oh, Reddick. Right in the side of Blaney, who was coming out of the pits, too. So Blaney's showing at 26th right now. He actually comes off the pit road not too far behind the leaders. About a half a straightaway or so. Lap traffic still in the mix. Tough start to the night. I wouldn't say you jinxed anything because there wasn't a caution. Probably should have been, though. Everybody was checking up, and Blaney was about to run into the back of a couple guys, and he didn't want to damage his car, especially, again, with having that 5-second damage clock. Couldn't afford it. Ooh, a wheel spin there off of turn 4. He did not pit for tires, though. It was a stop and go to kind of save some time on pit road, knowing that there was already going to be a 15-second penalty, so Blaney's already 2 laps down. See Kyle Busch. Suarez is kind of towards the front of this lap traffic. It's just clogging up the entire field almost. This is going to be an insane effort for Blaney to come from 2 laps down at Martinsville. It doesn't look like he's got the fastest car tonight. Now Ryan Newman with a bump and run to Blaney. So a little bump and run there. Kyle Busch puts the bumper to Jimmy Johnson, trying to get to his inside now as well. Wow, Blaney just sent it into turn 3. Still a good move. He ran Kyle Busch up the track a little bit, but he never actually made contact with him. 3 wide move as well, but Blaney's a man on a mission right now, trying to catch Suarez before the end of the stage to at least get one of those laps back. Problem is Suarez is at the... Man, Blaney loose off of 4. He's really driving this car hard. Contact with Josh Bilicki. He's getting desperate now. Oh, and Blaney almost goes around, and he saves it. Oh, my goodness, what a save by Blaney. Off of turn 2, down the back straightaway. Everybody misses him to the outside. He definitely lost a lot of time there. But how did he keep that car off the wall as we continue to stay green? Old tires. About 90 lap old tires. For everybody on the racetrack. They just cannot wait to the end of stage 1 at this point. So again, Blaney's 2 laps down right now after that pit road speeding penalty, trying to miss what could have been an accident after Truex had blown an engine towards the front of the field. Truex is out of the race. His championship hopes have just come to an end. He was 15 points above the cutoff line coming into the night, but likely with a DNF, his season will be over. Now that does get Bowman a lot closer to the cutoff line as far as points go. The problem is the 2 guys he's racing, Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch, have been in the top 5 all night. And he's definitely starting to cut through the field again. Good battle for second, but they're quite a ways behind Suarez still. Look at the checking up going on. Suarez is actually stuck on the outside of these lap cars, and there are less than 10 cars on the lead lap right now in stage 1. Blaney trying to go 3 wide to the outside. I don't know how it's going to work with this old of tires, but he's doing whatever he can right now to catch Suarez before either a caution or the end of the stage comes. Whatever comes first. Bowman's trying to block Suarez as much as he can to try and stay on the lead lap for himself inside the top 10. Blaney now to the bottom 3 wide. Found a little bit of space. Harvick, Kurt Busch about to be a lap down here. Man, another wheel spin for Blaney off of 4. Kurt Busch to the inside. Keselowski shot underneath Blaney. There's Suarez. A lot of these guys trying to stay on the lead lap. Blaney's going to get his bumper ahead of Suarez at least. And for now, Blaney's only 1 lap down instead of 2. Contact with Bobby Carter. Bowman in 7th. Fighting for every point he can. Suarez is right behind Blaney too, as Daniel was able to get back to the inside finally. Still 33 laps to go in stage 1. About to see who's got the faster car once we get into this open traffic between the 12 and the 96. Track position meant so much in both the Xfinity and the truck race. I think that is going to be the case again here tonight in this Cup race. Yep, Michael said it already. 130 laps in each of the first 2 stages, 240 in the final stage. Problem is, with so many drivers on the lead lap, there is no way Blaney's going to be able to get the free pass at the end of stage 1 unless we get a caution before that and he gets a good restart. And he's not going to take the wave around because these guys need tires desperately here with going caution free for the first 100 laps of tonight's race at Martinsville. Blaney almost gave up the bottom. He does beat Suarez back to the gas though. Pulls him a little bit off the exit of the corner. Blaney's actually running down Kurt Busch. Timmy Hill right in front of Kevin Harvick up there. So a lot of pressure on Blaney to hit his marks, and hopefully these cars ahead of him don't really cost him any time as well. Only 6 drivers on the lead lap here in stage 1. Boy, Suarez really dominating in the second half of this opening stage. Busch dominated early. Suarez ran him down the lap traffic, pulls away from him in the lap traffic. Alex Bowman, first car lap down in 7th. I guess that's what he can hope for right now. But with Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch running 5th and 6th, not too far ahead of Suarez, that could be a tough task for him to stay in the free pass position if those guys go a lap down. Yeah, controller's low battery. I'll try to remember to change it at the end of stage 1. It's definitely not going to make it to the end of the race. $16 people watching right now. Thanks for everybody tuning in here again. Saturday night action. Short track racing here at Martinsville on NASCAR Heat 5. Well, with Truex out, that means we have 5 guys battling for 2 spots, and we get a caution. For the first time tonight, at lap 105, we get our first caution. And the free pass will go to Alex Bowman. And Ryan Blaney's going to take the wave around, knowing that the end of the stage is coming pretty closely. Gonna get that controller on the charger here. All right, controller on the charger. So Blaney's going to take the wave around. This will get him back on the lead lap and back in the top 10. So he goes from 2 laps down, racing his way to get 1 of his laps back. Right before the caution came out with Suarez breathing down his neck. Now he can take the wave around. He's right back on the lead lap before the end of stage 1. And he'll be able to pit for tires here in about 20 laps as well. That couldn't have been more perfect for Blaney. He does have to restart at the rear of the field along with Bowman. Green flag back in the air. Big wheel spin there for Blaney, restarting in the center of the corner. So 20 laps to go in the stage. Big checkup. Blaney's in the grass. That's unbelievable. Blaney on the grass to pass about 5 or 6 cars in turns 1 and 2 after a huge checkup. That's one way to do it. He's got older tires, but I think his speed is going to matter more than these guys at the rear of the field, at least, outside of Bowman back there. Bowman can get around the lap traffic, that is. Blaney on over 100 lap older tires than everybody else right now. Just needs to hang on for it. So good strategy play by Ryan Blaney to get back on the lead lap, taking the wave around. Passing the grass 2.0, yeah, below the curbing even. I didn't try to go there. We were already 3 wide and there just wasn't enough room. That was the only place to run. We actually stuck it without spinning too. Somehow. Ooh, a little bump. Blaney kind of cut down right on top of Ty Dillon, and he did it again there. Oh, and Blaney slides on the curbing. He saved it though. Kind of stalled up the pack behind him. You just got to make sure he stays on the lead lap to the end of the stage. Suarez is going to be coming in hot. That's the second save Blaney's made on these old tires. Still 15 laps to go in stage 1. Suarez is running some quick times. With that clean air, not being in any sort of lap traffic like Blaney is at the back. And Bowman's in trouble of going a lap down as well because he's struggling with this lap traffic. And he's on fresher tires. And Bowman trying to catch Blaney for another point as well. Story of the day. 2 of them. Truex, blown engine out of the race. In the midst of him blowing the engine, Blaney tried to miss what could have been an accident down the back straightaway. Ran into pit road. Sped on pit road. Fell 2 laps down because of it. But with that caution coming out, while he was right in front of the leader 1 lap down, then taking the wave around, that puts Blaney back on the lead lap momentarily. Saving the grass 2-point. The very little grass there is here at Martinsville, we've seen a lot of it come into play already early in tonight's race. On the last, 5 to 10 laps. Boy, this got to be nerve-wracking for Blaney. He was barely able to hold him off on equal tires. Suarez starts to get through that lap traffic. It can be troublesome here. I mean, Blaney's barely able to stay in front of Josh Bilicki in the 7 right now. It just tells you how much these tires are coming into play. 9 laps to go in stage 1 for Suarez. Maybe we get another caution. Who knows? Bowman's in a little bit worse spot than Blaney. But then again, he's at least got fresher tires. And if he can get around Bilicki, you'd have to imagine he's going to run Blaney down too. But he does get around Austin Dillon. Right as Bowman just got around Bilicki. Clint Boyer, Bubba Wallace currently fighting for the free pass position if Bowman and Blaney can stay on the lead lap for these final 7 laps of the stage. Not as much lap traffic around Blaney for the moment. He is closing up on about 3 or 4 cars, though. I guess we'll see. And there's only 3 more lap cars in between Suarez and Blaney, and only 2, obviously, then between Bowman and Blaney. Oh, here we go again! Car on the inside blowing up. Bubba Wallace, tough break for him. He was in 9th place. And now Wallace is blowing an engine. 2 fast cars already exiting early. Blaney escaped to the bottom. Full speed ahead. Oh, and Priest puts the bumper to Blaney. Shoots him into the 10 of Almirola. Blaney pulls the block into 3, saying you're not going to do that again. 3 to go in stage 1 for Suarez. And Bowman is now caught in heavy lap traffic, not too far ahead of the race leader. Bowman wants to restart there in those first 4 rows if he can just hang on for 2 more laps. Final lap of stage 1. Suarez leads. Got about 2 cars still in between him and Bowman. And Suarez is stuck on the outside right now. Through turns 3 and 4, one final time. Bowman hangs on barely, and Daniel Suarez will win stage 1 at Martinsville. I don't think any of us saw that coming heading into tonight's race. And Suarez leads over 80 laps in stage 1 as well. Bowman hangs on to the lead lap. Clint Boyer will get the free pass at 9th. Blaney will get the restart, and he'll get the pit for fresh tires as well here as well. Denny Hamlin 2nd, Kyle Busch 3rd. Bowman 8th. Those are the main drivers you got to pay attention to. Harvick finishes 5th, but he is in a must-win situation going forward. But he's in 5th, though, so he's got a shot. Everybody's going to pit again. Blaney can finally put fresher tires on this car after 130 laps on that set. So 8 points separates Hamlin and Busch. But Bowman is 28 points behind Busch for the final spot in the playoffs. Green flag back in the air. Suarez leads the field to the green. Oh, Reddick got in the back of Blaney there, and that allowed Keselowski to get to his outside. Going off into turns 1 and 2. So that was the first pit stop of the night for Blaney, and the second for the majority of everybody else. Bubba Wallace and Martin Truex Jr. retired the race due to engine failures in stage 1. And Suarez, the underdog winner in that opening stage. And again, Boyer got the free pass as well at the end of stage 1. BJ McLeod having a good night in the top 10 as well. But he's still a lap down. And 1 caution for incident. Not sure exactly what it was for, but 1 caution for incident in stage 1. That was after a 105-lap green flag run to start the race. I want to know who's got the audacity to hit that dislike button. No, I'm kidding, it doesn't bother me too much. I don't know who it is or what their intentions are. guess I just don't want to have fun tonight. Maybe it's because Daniel Suarez won stage 1. Who knows? Bowman actually had a really good restart. Got up to 5th place. Getting around both Kurt Busch and Kevin Harvick, but it looks like he's kind of holding them up right now, too. But you can't blame Bowman. Must-win scenario. And the way things go now, if it finishes off to be this way, we could see a 2 Penske cars versus 2 Gibbs cars in the championship 4. Blaney Logano already locked in, but Hamlin and Kyle Busch are the last 2 drivers in on points right now. It could have been Truex, but boy, rough start. Had to start at the rear as it was, then fell a lap down in about 18th or 19th when he blew an engine. Only about 70 to 80 laps in the race. Definitely a tough break, though, for him. Didn't win a race all season as well. Winless all year. One of just 2 winless drivers to make it to this round of 8. The only other winless driver is Alex Bowman. He's still got a shot. I think if you give Blaney the track position, he does have a top 5 car. I don't know about race winning, though. Kyle Busch and Daniel Suarez both look really fast tonight. I think you can kind of throw Denny Hamlin in the mix as well. Though he hasn't led laps. Only Suarez and Busch have led laps tonight. But he has definitely been consistently up towards the front. I've had thoughts about it, but I really do want to just keep this NASCAR. Especially at least for this channel. I could start other channels like far into the future, who knows. You know, it depends on where, you know, a career in broadcasting goes, I guess. But my intentions are wanting to work within the sport of NASCAR, with sports commentating and broadcasting. And that's just my passion. Because I really did think about it for really like a couple weeks, like off and on. Like I would just randomly kind of think about it. I think it would help the viewership and it would help the subscriber rate, but that's not the way I want to get things done either. We are definitely growing a good audience, and a lot of you guys are, you know, racing fans or NASCAR fans. It's cool. Custer tries to put the bumper to Ryan Blaney there. Blaney hangs on though. Custer's actually a lap down. That's true. Never know what's going to happen in a full race. Because Kyle Busch dominated those first 40 to 50 laps, and then Suarez just ran him down, and lap traffic probably played into a factor of that too, and he just pulled away from him. And even after that caution, it just seemed like Suarez took off on the restart. Left Kyle Busch in the dust, and Kyle actually finished 3rd in the stage. Hamlin finished 2nd. That's another reason why I do kind of think Hamlin does have decent speed. Blaney to the outside of Kurt Busch for 7th place. Bobby Carter on the inside. It's an interesting way for Blaney to try and get around Carter. Now he gets the inside of Carter, but he does clear Kurt Busch in the process. So Blaney makes the pass for 7th. Blaney's been as high as 4th in the running order today. Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream. Next full race live stream on the channel will be a crown jewel event on NASCAR Thunder 2004 tomorrow for the Coke 600. I can tell you, I have found a lot better of a setup than what we had in the All-Star race last night on Thunder 04, so it should be a lot more competitive race by our standpoints. We were just kind of running in the back a couple seconds off the pack pretty much the entire night, unfortunately. So, well, we did do that the entire night because we didn't get a single caution the entire race, so that's unfortunate. And we were unfortunately eliminated in segment 2 as well. Give me one quick moment here. I see your chat. Just want to make sure that's in there. But, yes. Appreciate it, though. I wasn't in the gas when I unpaused it. That's going to allow Kurt Busch to get back to the outside. But thanks. I greatly appreciate it, though. Somebody was doing that in the chat, in Eric Eastep's, I guess, the other night. I wouldn't be... Don't spam it in other chats and stuff. I don't want you to do that because that could probably irritate some people, but, you know, name drop from time to time. That'd be pretty cool. Thanks, man. Actually, fun fact. Now, I don't know if it was a fake. It could have been a fake account, I guess, too, but some time ago, and it was the middle of the summer. I think it was right when the channel, right before the channel was starting to, like, really grow. IDK player came into one of the chats on one of the live streams. I can't remember what race it was. It was a while ago. I mean, it was before NASCAR Heat 5 came out. So once NASCAR Heat 5 came out, that was like really when you started to see the viewership and the subscriber rate go up. But he did pop in. That dude named Dale, he stops by from time to time still. He's a subscriber of the channel too, so. There are some NASCAR YouTubers I do know about. Like Gary Owen, he's on the rise too. He's been really growing in subscribers the last couple months. So there are guys out there that do know. I personally don't mind like spamming. Like I can. It takes a lot to like tick me off, and spamming doesn't do it. I can see where other people could get annoyed by it, but I have a pretty high like tolerance of just keeping a calm, cool demeanor. I kind of lost it last night during the All-Star race a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't rage necessarily, but the way the race finished was kind of ugly, and I don't condone doing what I did, but at the same time, it wasn't like it was. It didn't affect the outcome of the race. It didn't affect the outcome of my race, and it didn't affect the outcome of anybody else's race. So in the end, it didn't matter, and it didn't even bring out a caution either. So that was just like a desperate time, call for desperate measure kind of thing. Oh man! Blaney into the back of Harvick into turn 3. That's going to allow him to get by Harvick and Bowman. Not the way he wanted to do it, but he's up to 5th nonetheless. NASCAR is fun. Suarez has had the lead in this race for over 100 consecutive laps. Even won the race off pit road after that first caution. And only caution we've had for incident tonight at about lap 105 in stage 1. And then also won the race off of pit road at the stage break. No, I'm not. Not ticked. Blaney finds himself on the outside of Ryan Preece right now. And he is gaining on Daniel Suarez. Suarez has just been in that giant pack of swarming lap traffic. Kyle Busch is in the mix as well. Well, really everybody in the top 4 is all packed together there in the mix of I mean, it has to be everywhere. Close to 20 lap cars. Maybe about 15 of them. A lot of slower back market cars up towards the front of it. And Ryan Newman has just taken the lead. Newman, the Rocket Man, to the lead for the first time tonight. Maybe he can pull off an upset as a non-playoff driver to win. It'd be his first win of the year. He was actually in the playoffs, but eliminated in the round of 12, unfortunately. And he's making up ground on the outside. Got really loose off turn 4. Just keeps it off of McLeod and the wall. Pulls down in front of him, back to the inside. Hamlin 3 wide, underneath Suarez and Busch. 2 drivers per position to get him to second. Blaney's got to run up on 4. 4 wide for second place into turn 1. Blaney shoves it underneath Hamlin and takes away the spots. Blaney to second. There's a little bump and run, but I guess that's one way to do it. Knocking not 2, but 3 birds with 1 stone. He's about 4.5 to 5 seconds off the lead, but he is up to second. This is as high as he has been in the running order all night long. We saw Junior win, not leading a lot of laps in the Xfinity race. We saw only 10 laps led by Matt Crafton in the entire truck race, and he got the win. Leading 3 of them at the very end, the most important laps of the race, of course. And we could see the same out of Blaney tonight. Yeah, Newman got through that lap traffic and got to the lead past Suarez, and he is gone. But look at that track map on the lower left-hand corner of the screen, and you can just see how much lap traffic that is. Well over half the field is all just clogged together right now. And Brendan Gaughan was just kind of leading that pack. Now it's Eric Jones leading it, but still, even Jones doesn't have that fast of a car tonight. They just won't get out of the way. Anthony Hamley, welcome to the stream. It was a dirty move. I mean, 4 wide at Martinsville, we don't see it too much, but we have seen it probably 3 times already tonight. And that time it was Blaney making the move instead of the first time. Actually, Newman made that move earlier in the race, and then the first time, even before that, somebody else made the move. Was it Bowman? I know we saw it like right before Newman did it, like a couple laps later. It might have been Byron. Somebody, like on the very initial start of the race, took it 4 wide as well. Blaney kind of got moved out of the way both times. So I guess that time Blaney did the moving, even though it was on a couple drives that weren't even involved with the first 2 times. It had been done prior. NASCAR Lover 4321, welcome to the stream. 5 wide at Phoenix, yeah. Definitely could get wide on that racetrack on the restarts with the dog leg right there as Blaney got really loose off of turn 4 again. Hangs on to his race car, though. It would have been really dirty if I just flat out took him out. I wasn't going to do that. Never have I dumped somebody for position intentionally unless they tried to intentionally wreck me prior to that, which has only really happened in NASCAR Thunder 04. I think it happened on Heat 4 with Truex at Sonoma as well, but outside of that, only time you're ever going to see me really do that. Now, if it comes to winning a championship, I don't know if I'll do it. I'd like to say I wouldn't. But at the same time, we haven't been in that kind of a predicament. Now, we were close, if you remember that Talladega Xfinity race. I raced as clean as I could there. And that was actually a really fun battle, too. But if it came down to the last lap and we were in second place, I might have put the bumper to Allgaier or Alfredo at the end of it to win the championship. I guess putting the bumper and loosening them up is one thing. Flat out dumping them is another. Think I have off camera? No, I mean, honestly, the way I race on camera is pretty much about the way I race on camera. Unless, you know, somebody tries to intentionally take me out, it's the only time I really try to retaliate or do any sort of the same doing. I don't start the fights, but I try to end them. Newman stuck on the outside. Plenty that high arc into turn 3. Now shoots to the bottom of the track. He could take his first lead of the night. 3 wide for the lead as they split Chase Elliott. Now they're side by side for the lead down the back straightaway into turn 3. Newman on the outside. Blaney on the inside. Blaney just got in the back of Corey LaJoie. Drag race back to the line. Newman got loose and Newman leads the lap. So Blaney still trying to lead his first lap of the night. Big bounce off the curbing there for Blaney. Newman again a little loose on the bottom. Newman still led the lap by inches. Blaney just can't get the power down on corner exit. You can really see Newman is able to do that. Blaney is not. Blaney trying to get around Corey LaJoie right now. He does clear Newman, and Blaney has just led his first lap of the night. He hasn't cleared him, but he has at least led his first lap of the night here at lap 58 in stage 2. Look how far back Kyle Busch in third place. Oh, trouble! On the front stretch, Almirola is in the wall! Caution's out. Sorry, not Almirola, it's David Reagan. It looked like it was Almirola at first. David Reagan in the wall off of turn 4. I believe he blew a right front. Really squirrely down the front straightaway as well, and the caution will fly. Blaney got one lap led in there, but then Ryan Newman was in the lead at the timing of the yellow. A lot of cars are going to be hitting pit road. Blaney's got 4 seconds of damage that he can repair here under the 5-second damage clock. And Boyer will get the free pass again. Kurt Busch, Ryan Newman staying out of the pits, it looks like here. Kyle Busch wins the race off pit road. Green flag back in the air. Newman leads the field to the green. Oh, Hamlin spins the tires right in front of Blaney on the restart, forcing Blaney now into the middle, 3 wide. Hamlin to the outside of Harvick. After spinning the tires on the launch, Hamlin just soars on the outside lane. Newman trying to desperately hold on in front of Kyle Busch with those pressured tires, but Busch is haunting Newman and trying to get back to the lead for the first time since stage 1. Corey LaJoie's in the top 10. First car lap down. Good run for him. It's kind of holding this pack up, I'd have to imagine right now. Alex Bowman to third. Talked about him in a must-win situation. Can Bowman get his first win of the season tonight? And boy, it might be the biggest of his career. We know how good Bowman can be at Phoenix as well. So if he makes it to Phoenix with a shot at the championship, don't be surprised if he wins it all. Bowman was the 16th seed in the playoffs when we first started. Remember, he was the only driver yet to clinch a spot going into Daytona, and he clinched the last spot on points that night for the regular season finale. Harvick got really loose into turn 3. Blaney trying to crowd him. Kyle Busch, meanwhile, in the lead. Got around Ryan Newman about a lap and a half ago. Bowman trying to get around him for second. Blaney's been trying desperately to get around Harvick here. Now Harvick squeezes under LaJoie, kind of blocking Blaney in the process. And Ryan wasn't able to get back to the inside of Kevin that time. Shoots the gap underneath Corey LaJoie. Slides up in front of him. Hammers down, beats him back to the gas as well. Well, at least Blaney was able to lead one lap before the caution came out. Now, as far as Ryan Newman and Kurt Busch, who stayed out of the pits under that caution, they can make it on field to the end of the stage. Tires will be fine as well. We saw Blaney be able to do it in stage 1, and it's the same length here in stage 2. Another 130 laps, so it's going pretty good. Harvick gets around Busch. Kurt Busch, that is, for 6th. Tell you what, it could come down to the final lap to really decide not only who could win this race, but who can make it to the championship 4. Just knowing that Bowman and Harvick have been in the top 5, top 10 all day long, and being in pretty much must-win situations. Bowman can point his way in, but he's likely going to need a DNF out of Hamlin or Busch, which we already saw one out of Truex, so one of the dominoes have fallen that were ahead of him in points. He needs one more to fall. If not, he'll have to win. Blaney to the inside of Kurt Busch. Oh, contact for 7th. Blaney outbreaks him into turn 3 and gets around him. Definitely used him up a little bit there. Race leader in heavy lap traffic. Suarez, since losing the lead, has just not looked the same. Battling Harvick for 5th. Hamlin, though, right in front of him. So is Bowman. Only Newman and Kyle Busch have gotten through that lap traffic. That is really heavily backing up most of these lead drivers. Blaney's just catching that lap traffic. Big wheel spin off of 4. And he got around Harvick. Almost ran in the back of Timmy Hill down the front stretch. Barely escaped to the inside. Harvick got caught behind Hill. Then he used him as a pick. So he got around him for 6th. Suarez puts the bumper to Hamlin, trying to get around him for 4th. Really sees Blaney closing in the rear view. Hamlin following Bowman on the outside. Blaney's going to follow both the 88 and the 11 as well. Now he swings to the middle. Into the back of the 49 of Fincham. But he is able to clear Suarez at least for 5th. Can't quite get underneath Hamlin that time though. Suarez is still caught behind Fincham and losing ground. Bowman 3 wide as he kind of moves the 95 out of the way. Newman stuck up on the outside 3 wide there, so Bowman is trying to work on Newman for 2nd. And he's been trying to work on Hamlin. Suarez to the back bumper of Blaney again. Blaney a little tap to the 88 there in turns 1 and 2. Look out. Into turn 3. Off the curbing goes Blaney. 3 wide. Suarez tries to go in between the 11 and the 12. Bowman about got squeezed between the 12 and the 95, so he had to lift. Blaney's up to 3rd. Bowman does peek in line, though, behind Blaney. Maybe that's why he got out of the gas. Just fall in line behind him and get back to the inside as soon as he could. Kept the 11 and the 96 from getting around him. Harvick's also in the mix back there again as well. 43 laps to go, still in stage 2 here tonight at Martinsville. For the Xfinity 500. Under the lights. So that second caution came out for David Reagan. Blowing a right front tire, hitting the wall. He is still on the racetrack, still in this race, but obviously multiple laps down in 29th right now. So we see him on the racetrack right there. And I'm not sure how the first caution came out. We've only had 2 for incident, so by Martinsville standards, that's not bad at all. Especially compared to Thunder 04 here at Martinsville, we had 10 of them. But we still have the second half of a race to go. That could obviously change. We've seen that in the playoffs time and time again in all 3 series here with this game. You get into the final stage, it just seems like cautions breed cautions. Perfect example of that was in the last race at Texas, where we had 4 cautions in the final 29 laps of the race. Talladega as well. We set the record for the most cautions in one race on the channel. We had 15 cautions in one race. And it was at Talladega here in the playoffs as well. Blaney to the inside of Newman. Oh, contact. He overdrove the corner. Overdrove the corner, ran right in the side of Newman. Blaney to 2nd. Bowman now to the inside of Newman for 3rd. Kyle Busch with a 4.5-second lead. Doesn't have to win tonight. He was 7 points below the cutoff line, but with Truex out of the race, he just needs to prevent Bowman, Harvick, or Bell from winning. Bell is multiple laps down. He's been right around 20th the whole race. So it's basically Harvick and Bowman that still have a shot that are below the cutoff line. A lot of long green flag runs in tonight's race, but we've seen some great action throughout. As Blaney not get to the brakes in time there. And right in the back of Byron on corner entry into turn 3. Blaney slides the tires into turn 1. Underneath Ty Dillon. Bowman has been right on the back bumper of Blaney here since getting around Ryan Newman for both drivers, really. Blaney is gaining ground on Kyle Busch. He's 3.5 seconds behind him. He was about 4.5 back a handful of laps ago. We are getting closer to the end of this stage. And again, the battle though, if Bowman or Harvick win this race, that means 3 drivers will lock in on wins. Only one can make it on points. Hamlin and Kyle Busch coming into this stage are only 8 points apart from one another. Hamlin is +8 on Busch coming into the stage. Busch is leading the stage. Hamlin's not even in the top 5, so Busch will close that gap if things continue the way they are. But there is heavy lap traffic right around Kyle Busch right now. He's 3 wide in the middle of 2 cars of Chris Buescher and Michael McDowell. Now he's on the outside, and he's only got about a 1-second lead on Blaney as Blaney got the wall off of turn 2. Stenhouse just cannot pick a line right in front of Blaney, and that might cost Blaney a spot. Blaney to the middle, 3 wide. Barely able to stay in front of Bowman. I don't know how he did it, but he did. A lot of lap traffic right in front of Blaney. He's trying to get around these guys as quick as he can. Oh, and he overdrives turn 3. Into McDowell. Desperation maybe kicking in for Blaney. Second time he's overran the corner in the last handful of laps. Still got Bobby Carter and Timmy Hill to get around, and Kyle Busch is only a second ahead. Blaney hard into turn 3, just gets underneath Timmy Hill. That definitely cost him time though. But he's a 1.5 seconds off Busch, 29 to go in stage 2. We'll see if he can run him down. I think Busch has the faster race car though. There is more lap traffic to come, and not too much further ahead of Kyle Busch as well. Final stage is 240 laps. Busch was about 1/10 of a second faster in each of the last 2 laps than Blaney. Another 1/10 of a second faster that lap as well. I mean, Blaney's really doing everything he can right now. And he's pulling away from Alex Bowman. And Bowman hasn't been in lap traffic. So he's faster than Bowman. He's just not faster than Busch. Again, Busch, Suarez, Hamlin seem like they have the faster cars on the field tonight. Kyle's got a lot of lap traffic around him again, though, and only a 2-second lead this time instead of 4.5. So we'll see how he'll manage these lap cars. He quickly got around Balicki. Now he's looking to the outside of LaJoie, but Busch really spun the tires getting into the braking zone in turn 3. Blaney trying to get to the outside of Balicki. Doesn't want to waste any time there. He almost got the wall off of turn 4. I think he might have brushed it a little bit. Busch couldn't get to the inside of Corey LaJoie. Oh, a little contact between the top 2. Busch hangs on to the lead. Blaney crosses him over to the inside. Blaney's only led 1 lap all night long. Trying to get to the lead again, though. Last time we saw a battle for the lead involving the 12 car, a caution came out. That's why he was only able to lead 1 lap. Blaney's stuck on the bottom there with the lap cars in front of him. Busch going to the outside. He's able to hold on to the lead. Bowman is starting to reel these guys in. Blaney to the inside, hugging the curbing, 3 wide underneath LaJoie and Kyle Busch, but Blaney can't get around there either. Now he gets around LaJoie, on corner entry at least. Clears him. And Bowman is right behind the 12 car. Suarez back to 4th. He's only a 1.5 seconds off the lead. Blaney and Busch still side by side. Busch wanted to block Blaney, but he couldn't clear him. Blaney gets the run in the center of the corner. And he clears the 18. Blaney to the lead down the back straightaway. Bowman to 2nd. Or at least trying to get there. So he's on the inside. And Bowman's up to 2nd place. Tim Lambert, welcome to the stream. Ooh, Blaney overran 1 and 2. Bowman to the inside. Blaney with a block into turn 3. Bowman thought about using the bumper. He didn't, though. Blaney gets around Justin Haley. Bowman's still struggling to get around him. He's still on the inside of him, though. What a race. Blaney tries to steal the stage win away through heavy lap traffic. Some of it's the tires that are, I'd have to imagine, making Blaney overrun these corners slightly. $15 to go. Stage 2. Again, Bowman needs these points, so just in case, if there is a DNF from Kyle Busch or Denny Hamlin. So he's 28 points below Busch coming into this stage. Blaney high, Bowman to the inside, and he's there. Drag race down the back, Blaney with another block on Bowman into turn 3. Gets around Ryan Preece, the lap car. We saw 2 cautions in the last 30 laps of stage 1. So, as these tires get older and older, you could see another caution here. Sorry, 1 caution at the end of the stage, not 2. He's just got to keep hugging the bottom and really just hope the lap traffic can give him some sort of room. In the process, he's got to just really hope that Bowman doesn't get the bumper to him. If I remember correctly, he has put the bump and run to Blaney earlier in the race, but obviously it wasn't for the lead. $10 to go, stage 2. Sex Games, thanks for sticking around, and hopefully you can make it back by the finish of this race, because I think we're kind of setting ourselves up slowly for maybe the race of the week on the channel. It is Saturday. That video should be uploaded onto the channel tomorrow for the race of the week this week here in 2021. And he's starting to slowly pull away from Bowman. He's about a second ahead. Heavy lap traffic's really costing Alex Bowman. Blaney's getting through it really well. 3 wide as well, but he's just sticking right on the inside, and the lanes open up right in front of him. He's out breaking these guys, but he's not making contact with them either. Suarez, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick all closing in here on Bowman. Harvick's 7 seconds off the lead. I don't think he's going to get there, but Suarez and Kyle Busch might. Clean room now ahead for Blaney. 6 to go, stage 2. Yep, just past the halfway mark here tonight. Hit that mark 5 laps ago. So over 250 laps complete tonight at Martinsville. Daniel Suarez to 2nd, Kyle Busch to 3rd, Bowman back to 4th. 5-second lead for Blaney. That lap traffic is costing everybody so much time back there. Blaney's not going to have any more lap traffic for the rest of this stage. far Blaney's largest lead of the night. It's only the second time he has led. Again, he only led for 1 lap earlier. He's going to lead the last 18 laps, it looks like, of stage number 2. Bowman put up a fight there for a little bit, but lost second, got caught in lap traffic. He's trying to battle Busch for 3rd at least, as we're now in the final lap of stage 2 here tonight. Dan and Dill, welcome back. So Ryan Blaney, oh boy, Blaney loose off of turn 2 in the wall. Nothing major at least, but that was a little bit of a scary moment. But nonetheless, Ryan Blaney wins stage 2 here at Martinsville. Leading the final 18 laps of the stage. He's led 19 laps total tonight in the first 260. We'll lead some caution laps here under the stage break. Kyle Busch 3rd, Denny Hamlin 5th, Alex Bowman 7th. Those are the 3 guys we're kind of paying attention to. And Harvick 6th. Boyer gets the free pass again here tonight. 3rd time he will do that. 3 seconds of damage for Blaney. He'll repair it under our 5-second damage clock. 4 tires and a full tank of fuel coming for everybody during the stage break. So Suarez wins the race off pit road. Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, the biggest losers there on those pit stops. Busch losing 2 spots, Blaney 5. Green flag back in the air at Martinsville. Blaney just trying to check up and get to the bottom. He did not want to be 3 wide in the middle going into turns 1 and 2. That was a smart move as he hangs on to 6th. Busch gains 1 spot on the restart, trying to get around Bowman to gain 2 now. Blaney to the inside of Harvick for position. We saw how good Suarez was when he was leading earlier in the race. Remember, he won stage 1. Yep, see you later, XX Games. Thanks for tuning in. Hamlin's been trying to get around Suarez these last couple laps. 6 points separate Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin in the final stage here tonight. And Bowman is 30 points behind Busch, so he'd have to outscore him by 30 positions if he doesn't win this race, which kind of means Kyle Busch will make it into the next round of the playoffs as long as Kyle can finish 32nd or better, and he has to make sure that either Harvick or Bowman don't win, because again, if they win, then he's battling Hamlin, and Busch is 6 points behind Hamlin coming into the final stage. And right now, Denny's in 2nd, Kyle's in 3rd. Toyota 1, 2, 3 at the front against Suarez in the lead. Then you have a Chevrolet, the only Chevy in the top 5, and Ford, and the only Ford in the top 5 in 5th. And then you have 2 more Fords in 6th and 7th of Blaney, Newman, Kurt Busch 8th, Clint Boyer 9th, so another Chevrolet Ford. I'm not sure who exactly is in 10th right now, but whoever is in 10th is 2 laps down. There's nobody 1 lap down. Everybody's 2 laps down or more that is lapped, and again, that's from 10th on back. Well, Suarez has pulled away when he's led up to this point tonight, but he is not pulling away now. Hamlin has been right on his back bumper this whole time. Harvick's been trying to get around Bowman, too. I don't know what kind of speed Harvick's got. Maybe they've made some adjustments throughout the course of the night, including possibly that final pit stop we just had. We'll have to wait and see. Wonder after how long will it be before Harvick just puts the bumper to Bowman, because he does look a little faster right now. Bowman really fell off right at the end of that last stage, fell from second to fourth in those last couple laps. And he had a couple second gap on third place too before he really started to fade in the lap traffic. Harvick is a Ford. I thought I said he was a Ford. I know he's a Ford. If I accidentally said Chevy, my bad. But I'm pretty sure I said that Bowman was the only Chevy in the top 5 and Harvick was the only Ford in the top 5. I thought that's what I said. That's what I meant to say, at least. So my apologies if I messed that up. That was Blaney's fastest lap of the race that last time at 19.805. Fastest lap ever for me personally at Martinsville on Heat 5 in the Cup Series is a 19.673. Blaney has not ran that here tonight. That was a 20.2 that last lap. .9 that last lap now. Bowman slightly pulling away from Harvick. Harvick got really loose into turns 1 and 2. And Blaney's going to get around him for 5th because of it. Just a big wheel hop into the braking zone into turn 1 by Harvick, and it costed him a spot. Right as he was trying to get around Bowman pretty much since the restart, couldn't do it. That cost him a spot there, and now Blaney's trying to catch Bowman. Bowman to the outside. Trying to get around Bobby Carter. Blaney to the inside. 3 wide into 1. Blaney's got the advantage on the bottom. And he can't quite clear Bowman. He had to keep it off of him too. He didn't want to squeeze him into the wall. Did a great job not making contact. And he'll get around him in the next corner. Harvick now right on the back bumper of Bowman again. And Blaney's up to 4th. Picker's just not been on it tonight. He's lost some spots on pit road multiple times now. These guys have to pit once in this final stage. At least. Depends on how the cautions fall if we have any in the final stage. Again, though, only 2 cautions total all night long. It has been a pretty consistently, smoothly ran race as far as the cautions go, but we have seen some beating and banging good old-fashioned short track racing here from time to time. And, well, there we go. Right as I said something, our 3rd caution of the night will come out. Kenseth will get one of his 2 laps back in 10th for the meantime. So Suarez in the lead, cautions out again. Seen track position mean a lot here tonight, and it has done so in the nice couple races, or the last couple races leading up to this between the truck and the Xfinity race. We'll have 211 laps to go when we go green. Suarez will still lead because he'll stay out of the pits. Newman, Kurt Busch, Boyer all pitting. Blaney's going to stay out, it looks like. Try to keep the track position. Guys only have about 30 lap pressure tires. That will mean a difference, or it should, but we'll see. Green flag back in the air. Oh, Harvick moves Blaney. Harvick just moved Blaney into Bowman on the restart. Blaney gets right back underneath Harvick again, though. And now Blaney runs Harvick up the track trying to get the spot back. Harvick in desperation mode. Again, in a must-win situation for himself here. And now Newman puts the bumper to Blaney for 4th. Kurt Busch gets cut off. Newman on those fresher tires trying to run down the leaders. Blaney loose and in the wall. Somehow keeps it going straight. A little bit of damage to the left front of his race car, though. Left rear kind of smacked the wall a little bit, too, as he hangs on to 7th. Lost a spot to both Kurt Busch and Harvick there. Broken Jr., welcome to the stream. Thought Boyer was going to get around Blaney there. Boyer's got fresher tires as well, but he's not quite using it as well as Hamlin and Kurt Busch, or sorry, not Hamlin. Newman and Kurt Busch are. Bowman's back to 9th. Needs to win. This is a similar situation to what we saw out of Bowman in real life this year. Needing to win at the end of the Martinsville race to try and make it to the championship 4. We're to the inside of Blaney, and Blaney, damage to the left front there, not helping his drive. We'll hang on to 8th, but Boyer takes his 7th position away from him. And try not to DNF, especially this many laps in. We were almost 300 laps into this Martinsville race here tonight. I don't think we've ever made it to a finish of a Martinsville Cup race on NASCAR Heat 5. I believe, if I remember right, we DNF'd here the first time this season. I know for a fact we DNF'd both times in our chase for 8 with Jimmy Johnson. So just getting to the end of this race we have not been able to do on NASCAR Heat 5. We were close. The one Martinsville race in the chase for 8, I think we got like 400 laps in before we DNF. Definitely not been one of my better tracks in this game. DJ McLeod to the bottom. Oh, McLeod moves Blaney, boy. Even the lap car's in a desperate situation here. McDowell's, or sorry, not McDowell, but McLeod is 2 laps down. Even he moves Blaney out of the way. He might have fresher tires, I'm not entirely sure. He does seem a little bit faster all of a sudden. Now those 3 drivers on the lead lap that pitted under that last caution cannot make it on fuel or tires at the end of the race. They're still about 40 to 50 laps short, so just a little strategy call here before the end really is all it was. Heavy lap traffic surrounding the leaders. Kyle Busch leads this race for the moment. Suarez just was not able to hang on in the lap traffic. He had Hamlin and Busch stalking him pretty much every lap from the restart as well. That was Blaney's fastest lap, 19.776 that last time. First 19.7 second lap time he's had all night long. It's only a tenth of a second off his, or I should say my fastest time ever on NASCAR Heat 5 at Martinsville in the Cup Series. That was over 300 laps into the race when he ran that last lap here, so pretty impressive, especially on about 40 to 50 lap older tires as well. Will do, Michael. Thanks for stopping by here tonight. Yeah, again, I don't like starting these longer cup races this late. At the latest, I try to start them at 7. But my Packers are playing today, and it was a playoff game, so I didn't want to miss it. So I scheduled the start time for 8 o'clock. The problem is we had that issue trying to get the stream started. And I started about 20 minutes after the original start time. So, I mean, we could be right about... I mean, it hasn't... 20 minutes isn't that long in this long of a race. But, I mean, at the same time, too, we get to the final, like, 60, 70 laps. The race could have been over by that point if we would have started on time. But, again, that wasn't my fault. It was, for whatever reason, the Elgato game capture software. It's inconsistent. Again, I mean, earlier this week it was working fine for the truck race, but then it didn't for the Xfinity race. And then my NASCAR Thunder 04 stream worked perfectly fine yesterday, but then our Martinsville race tonight didn't work, where it took me 4 attempts to try and start the stream. By that, I mean, I'll try to start the stream after putting in all the information, like in the description, the title and all that, what game it is. And I'll press start stream, and it'll just say like error or whatever, and then it'll just stop. It'll finish the stream before it even starts. Like, it doesn't even start, it says stream finished. And then I'll set it up again, which usually takes a couple minutes. And then it didn't work again. It took me 4 tries to do it tonight. It's been taking me 3 or 4 whenever that seems to be the case. It's just annoying because it's time consuming. It takes me... Like I said, about 15-20 minutes tonight. We should have started earlier, but the stream just wasn't cooperating. It happens. I'm going to get to the bottom of it one of these days, but I don't know when exactly that's going to be. Blaney to the inside of Suarez, meanwhile, for 5th. Kyle Busch, still the leader. Slightly pulling away from these guys. Hamlin to the inside of Newman for 2nd. Kurt Busch, Newman on those fresher tires, remember. And he's getting around these guys in the lap traffic again. Underneath Hamlin. 3 wide action. Blaney to 3rd. Trying to get to the inside of Ryan Newman now. Kurt Busch to the outside, and they're 3 wide now for 2nd place. Down the back straightaway into 3. 4 wide goes McLeod. I think he's got fresher tires because he has really stormed through this pack of cars. Oh, Blaney got hooked on the 78. And somehow David Reagan keeps his car from turning right around. Suarez is back to 2nd meanwhile. Hamlin, a little payback to the back of Blaney, moving him out of the way. Yeah, I get that though, Jonathan. It'll definitely take a while. If you're that big of a fan of that successful of a driver, I'm sure, to get over the fact that he's not racing in your favorite sport anymore. Oh, I don't know how Blaney didn't wreck the car there. But Newman gets on by for fourth. That was a big wheel spin from Blaney off of turn 4. Newman with those Russian tires dripped up, got right around him. $180 laps to go here tonight at Martinsville. Again, just flat out enjoying this short track racing here on a Saturday night. Under the lights at Martinsville. Suarez, Hamlin side by side for second. Those 3 Toyotas that you see, 1, 2, 3 right now, have been pretty dominant and have probably been the 3 fastest cars all night long. You got like guys like Blaney, Harvick, and Bowman who have been kind of those next 3 right behind him. Busch is caught in this heavy lap traffic. Suarez hangs on to second. Hamlin trying to get to his inside now. Pagano's up to 28 now, a little bit better than where he started in 36, but been a non-factor all night. He's one of the round of 8 drivers as well, but remember, he is just coming off that win at Texas, so Logano won't have to worry about anything tonight, and that's probably why he's taking it easy. Just enjoying a 500-lap joyride under the lights here at Martinsville tonight. So he just tries to stay out of everybody's way, it looks like. So Hamlin and Blaney in the championship 4. Who will be those next 2 drivers to join them at the end of this race when the checkered flag falls tonight? Busch is in the middle, 3 wide it looked like there for a moment. Blaney trying to hug the curb, and that wasn't a good idea. He's still loose. Kind of cracks the inside wall again. That cost him a lot of time. It's the second time he's gotten loose off of turn 2, and that time it was because of the curbing. Drove it in a little too hot.
Got one up top.
Blaney underneath Hamlin and Suarez. 3 wide for second again. Suarez is making some headway on the outside. He closest to the back bumper of Kyle Busch now. Now they split Ryan Preece in the 37. Blaney on the inside gets the drive and clears Suarez for second place off of turn 4. Busch tries to get to the bottom of Blaney's there. 3 wide for the lead. Suarez to the inside. Moves Blaney into Busch. Oh, Blaney slid the tires into Kyle Busch. They're still 3 wide for the lead. Caution. As they were 3 wide for the lead with 171 to go. Caution is out again. These guys still can't, I guess they can't go as far on fuel as I thought they could, but they're still going to be short. And as they were 3 wide for the lead, Suarez was in the lead at the time of the yellow. Blaney was just barely in second, and Kyle Busch just barely in third. Newman wasn't that far behind either. Free pass to Kenseth. He'll get one of his 2 laps back again. Everybody will pit. Newman's staying out. I'm not sure if Newman might have caused the caution. We'll see. He stayed out under the last pit stop, so it's kind of unbelievable that he would stay out again. It's our 4th caution of the night, by the way. And he does. So Newman, for the 2nd straight caution, will stay out of the pits again. Interesting. And the green flag will be back in the air. Blaney's been having some bad luck restarting on the outside a lot tonight. 3 wide goes Boyer to second on the inside. Remember, Boyer almost won at Texas in the last race. Final season of his career as he tries to get a win on his way out. Blaney just clears Kurt Busch for position. Harvick takes by Busch, now trying to get by Blaney himself. Harvick in a must-win situation. Boyer trying to go for the lead on Newman. Blaney stuck on the outside, so is Kyle Busch. Blaney just gets back to the bottom in between the 1 and the 88. Newman still holds on to the lead. Second time he's led laps tonight. This time, though, on pit strategy, rather. Blaney again loose off of turn 2, trying to correct the car, and back around he goes, into the wall! And that's the end of the night for Blaney. Huge stack up, huge crash into turn 3. Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski's involved. Other cars go around, and the Martinsville bad luck continues on NASCAR Heat 5 in the Cup Series. Unbelievable. That's unfortunate. That is the first DNF we've had in a very long time on the channel, though. Is that the first DNF of 2021? What are we, like 15, 16 days into the month? We've streamed every day, and I think that's the first time we've DNF'd. In any game, in NASCAR Thunder 04 or NASCAR Heat 5. I think that's the first time we've DNF'd in the new year. We had a good run. I mean, I've been running as clean as I could. Just one little loose moment. Blaney was able to save it a couple times. That was our last chance to complete a full Martinsville race on the channel. We were able to do it in the Truck and Xfinity series all the time, but we can never do it in the Cup races, which 500 laps, I mean, that's a long race. Even if it is around a half-mile racetrack. Man, that's tough. We're having a good race here tonight, too. That was looking like it could have been the race of the week if we could have gotten to the finish and actually got to see that exciting finish, but unfortunately, that won't be the case, and hopefully we don't have the black screen of death here. Okay, well, we didn't have the black screen of death. That's good. Yeah, I set up like a one-race custom season there. So now this is the finishing results. This has to be the finishing results because with only like doing like a one race custom. Again, I have to do the points myself, so that's why I've been kind of doing these custom schedules on these championship mode. And the reason why I still run championship mode is because that's the only way I can have the DNFs and still do these races. Ty Dillon wins at Martinsville. What an upset. It randomized the finishing order after we DNF'd, and Ty Dillon gets his first career win for Germain Racing. Right before Germain Racing's on their way out the door. Unbelievable. '17th, that's going to be good enough. So Kyle Busch will beat Denny Hamlin by 3 points for third. But Alex Bowman, who was 32 behind Hamlin, or sorry, more than 32, he was 30 behind Kyle Busch. So he would have been 36 behind Hamlin. And Bowman would have only beaten Hamlin by 10. So our championship 4 is set. Championship 4 is set. It'll be Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano on wins, and the two drivers on points. It'll be Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin. So Penske Racing versus Joe Gibbs Racing in the Championship 4 next week on Wednesday night here on NASCAR Thunder 2004. But congrats to Ty Dillon for getting his first career win tonight. But those will be the 4 drivers battling for the championship. And that's a short race, though. Again, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard start time on Wednesday for that Championship 4 race here on NASCAR Heat 5. That's unfortunate. Our first DNF of 2021. We had a good run. I mean, again, for doing these full race live streams every night, we've only had a couple truck and Xfinity races, too. Like, they've mostly been Cup. We've not only made it to the end, but we've won a lot, too. NASCAR Thunder 04, we've won 4 of the last 5 points races there. We did run well in the All-Star race. That wasn't a DNF, technically, because we were eliminated. We were just eliminated at the end of segment 2 because they had that cutoff. So, only one of those people can win the championship. Indeed. And it should be a good one. Again, that is Wednesday night at 7 on the channel. Next full race live stream, though, will be tomorrow night. Tomorrow. Let me rephrase that. The next full race live stream will be tomorrow afternoon, noon Eastern Standard Time. We got a long race. You thought this one was going to be a long wait till tomorrow. Hopefully, you guys join me for an endurance race, which we could set the record for the longest race on the channel. It is the Coke 600 on NASCAR Thunder 04. The longest race we've ever had on the channel was on NASCAR Heat 4 in the Coke 600 with these full race live streams, and that went 3 hours and 43 minutes, so we could break that record tomorrow with the Coke 600. We'll see if we can do it. I don't want to break that kind of record. That's a record we don't want to break, but we'll see. So hopefully we can have a few cautions in that race so we can get it smoothly ran. On Thunder 04, we only had 4 cautions there in Season 1, so the race went by fairly quickly for a 600-miler. I think we got it done in like 3 hours and 15 minutes. So, that's still a long race, but at the same time, that's a half hour shorter than the longest race we've ever had. So, that does make a difference. So, again, Coke 600 tomorrow, noon Eastern Standard Time on NASCAR Thunder 2004. And I have found a better setup than what we had at the All-Star race, so we should run a lot more competitively. It's a lot better handling setup as well. Thanks for everybody tuning in here tonight. Also, the next NASCAR Heat 5 live stream will be Monday night. It'll be the Truck Series Championship 4 race. So Monday, Truck Series Championship at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Tuesday, the Xfinity Series Championship 4 race at Phoenix on NASCAR Heat 5. That will also start at 8, and then at 7 o'clock on Wednesday, we'll have the Cup Series race at Phoenix for the championship. So a lot of championship racing action. We'll finish up the full race live streams and finish up our NASCAR Heat 5 playthrough on the channel next week. We'll still do the one-off and occasional online lobbies. We're definitely due for one here. I still have to get a Wi-Fi adapter so that way I can actually stream. That's why we haven't done online lobbies the last couple months, because even though I've gotten my better Wi-Fi, I need an actual booster. Because, yes, I could stream through my laptop, and my laptop receives it, but my PS4, for whatever reason, can't connect to our adapter downstairs. So I need a booster. Not an adapter. I need another. I need a Wi-Fi booster so we can actually do a stream through the PS4, because that's the only way we're gonna be able to do it. But again, thanks for everybody tuning in here tonight. Like, share, but most importantly, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content as we do these full race live streams with a realistic broadcast every day. Have a good rest of your night. Get some sleep, because it's going to be a long race tomorrow afternoon, noon Eastern Standard Time again. I'll see you guys. Have a good rest of your evening.